Boston Celtics continue to show why they're the best team in the NBA. They end the Cavs' 15-0 streak. Boston Celtics are an elite team, but this team wouldn't function without one guy, and that one guy is Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum is an elite player, and he's looking like a top 5 player in the NBA. We're looking at a guy who's a great scorer. He can pass and play make, and he's one of the better rebounders in the game at the wing position. Jayson Tatum versus the Cavs. He had 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists and 2 steals. If this is not a top 5 player in the league, I don't know what is. Boston Celtics offense starts with Jayson Tatum. He seems to be the primary ball handler on his team because he's the best passer and playmaker on his team. Jayson Tatum drives and creates open looks all the time. And even himself, he can create looks for himself. He creates so much space. And then Jayson Tatum, I know I keep saying it, but I don't think he gets enough credit for the passer that he is. He really improved from last season. Now, I don't want to just make this a Jayson Tatum video or anything, but I do think he needs the recognition because all Olympic long, even when he was winning his championship, he didn't get the recognition and he just got slandered for no reason for winning a championship. I've never seen a player get slandered for winning a championship until Jayson Tatum. But Jayson Tatum, he's an elite player, top 5 player in the NBA, and he's better than most guys, believe it or not. Now, let's get into why the Cavs streak ended. First, I just have to name him. He stands out a lot, and he was the reason why they definitely lost this game. And Darius Garland, he was 3 for 21 from the field, and he only had 8 points. He was a huge reason why this team lost. He wasn't giving nothing, no production from the first to the last quarter of the game. And on defense, he was basically picked on by the Boston Celtics. They switched on to him and just went after him every single time that they could. And he couldn't stay in front of them. That's not his fault, but he does have to become a better defender. And he just has to be better on the offensive side of the ball, if anything. The Boston Celtics, they came out hot. They hit 14 threes in the first half of the game. Everybody thought this game was over at halftime, but the Cavs, they tried to storm back and win, but it just wasn't enough. Their backcourt didn't give them enough. Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, they tried to pick up the slack, but threes are more than twos. Evan Mobley versus the Celtics, he had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal, and he was 8 for 13 from the field. He was a huge reason why Cleveland was able to come back. He got so many paint touches, and he was playing defense. Evan Mobley, during his 15-0 win streak that they had, he was proving that he was one of the better big mans in the game today. He was a shot blocker, he was playing defense on the perimeter, and he was getting his own buckets. The Cavs were down 21 once in this game in the third quarter, but they managed to put it to 8, and then they were able to get it to 5, to 2, to 3, but the only thing was the Cavs, they couldn't touch the lead. Boston felt calm throughout this whole run that the Cavs were going on. Even when it was a close game, Boston stood calm and just hit a big shot or got to the rim and got free throws. This is why I think the Celtics are still one of the better teams in the NBA. Even when the Cavs went in their run, like I said, they still were able to stay calm, stay disciplined, and still win the game. Now, I know the 15-0 streak is over, but to credit the 15-0 streak, you can not only mention the core 4 guys, you have to mention their bench. Ty Jerome, he was giving great production. LeVert, he didn't play, but he also gave production. Max Strus, there's a lot of guys on his team who helped the Cavs win. Throughout this whole game, the Cavs backcourt could not find anything going. Mitch tried to find rhythm, but it was slow. In the fourth quarter, he started to pick it up a little bit, but the game was pretty much decided at that point. But I don't want to say it was decided because they were down like 5 points. They could have came back, but the Celtics, they knew that they were able to keep this lead up and just win the game for themselves. Donovan Mitchell versus the Celtics, he had 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. He shot 13 for 29 from the field and 3-11 from the three-point line. Now, I know you guys see 35 points and say, oh, Mitch had a good game. It wasn't his fault the streak is over. Now, I'm not saying it is his fault completely, but he does have some blame. He couldn't get it going throughout the whole game. He slowly started to pick it up in some quarters, but it still wasn't enough for the Boston Celtics. They were able to figure Mitch out, just keep him from getting hot, because we all know Mitch is one of the better players in the NBA when he's hot. But enough of the Cavs. Unfortunately, the win streak is over, but the Cavs, they definitely fought hard for 15-0. Not a lot of teams in the NBA could do this. Not even the Celtics were able to do this. But the Celtics versus the Cavs, I noticed something, and that was the paint defense. They allowed Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, even Donovan Mitchell, to just get downhill on them, and that's what made the comeback. The Boston Celtics, as dominant as they are, they still were able to win the game. And Al Horford, man, for Al Horford's age, he's still able to hit a couple threes. Al Horford, he had 20.7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and he shot 63% from the field and 4 or 5 from the three-point line. Al Horford is still good at his age. I have to give credit to all the Celtics starters, not just Al Horford. Al Horford definitely had a good game though, but just at halftime, look at the starters from the Celtics. Jayson Tatum, he had 17 points, 4 of 4 from the 3. Al Horford, he had 12 points, 2 of 3 from the 3. Jaylen Brown, he had 10, 2 of 5 from 3. Jrue Holiday, 8 points, 2 of 3 from 3. And Derek White, 6 points, 2 of 2 from 3. This team does not play about their three-pointers. Derek White, he finished the game with 19 points, 7 of 12 from the field, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. Jrue Holiday, he finished the game with 11 points. He was 4 of 7 and 3 for 4 from the 3. Jaylen Brown, he finished the game with 17, 7 for 17, and only 2 of 7 from the three-point line. Altogether, the Boston Celtics made 22 threes out of 50 attempts. They really attempt 50 three-pointers in this era. It's crazy. But one more thing about Boston, they take advantage of mismatches all the time. Darius Garland, he couldn't breathe yesterday. They just kept attacking him over and over and repeatedly. but that's what great teams do. And when they see a mismatch, they go after it, and that's easy buckets for them. With that being said, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and make sure you guys subscribe to join the community. We're Top 5 Nation. Join up if you guys want to be a part of it. We're a big community. Let's do it.